Chairman von Hebel. I'm addressing this video to you as a chairman of the Pre-Vetting Commission and also to the other foreign members, Victoria Henley and Nona Tsotoria. My name is Fulga, I am a lawyer and a mother of three living in Chisinau, Republic of Moldova. And the reason I am making this video is that I care about the outcome of the announced reform of the judiciary and of the pre-vetting in particular as the front runner of the whole process. So, after I watched your latest press conference, I was pretty much concerned over this outcome, especially when you mentioned in the end being very anxious for receiving various journalistic investigations, emphasizing their importance for your current work. Now, the purpose of my message, Your Honors, is to warn you over the threat of such a hazardous initiative, as the journalism in Moldova was never quite independent. In fact, it is quite the opposite. So, these so-called investigations are nothing but orders aimed at influencing you, the public opinion, and the whole outcome of the procedure in the end. You see, there is a trend in our country lately of a very tight cooperation between the governance and press. The release of each scandalous article about public figures being very accurate signs of the raids and arrests operated the very next morning or even minutes later. See Stoyanoglu case. These journalistic materials are full of manipulative and speculating stuff. Now, I'm not saying there is no systemic corruption or that there is absolutely no truth in it, but the truth also is that this corruption took over the journalism as well. Now, as I have anticipated, an outburst of such investigations followed promptly your appeal, giving you, indirectly, precise indications on the candidates. Be sure these messages come from above. Their sources are well known at related media, Ziarul de Gardă, TV8, Anti-Corruption MD, and of course, Journal TV. A very recent such publication, for example, is describing the young judge, Ion Chirtoacă, as a dishonest one, indicating he was part of the examining panel in a scandalous case involving ex-ruling party leader Vladimir Plahotniuc, but not mentioning a thing about him issuing a split opinion, thus pleading for another solution than the one adopted by majority of votes, an opinion that almost cost Mr. Chirtoacă his position. Or the young judge Alexei Panish, a very well-known figure among jurists as an honest judge fighting for proper reform in the field, but unfortunately a victim of the largest media denigrating campaign following some accurate but unpopular decisions involving political figures. No one could know best about denigrating campaigns than me, as my family itself was a recent victim of such one. You see, the most powerful local media corporation, Journal TV, used false evidence to incriminate my husband, a well-reputable colonel decorated by the FBI, of extremely serious crime, and there is just nothing we can do about it, as we have no access to that evidence. Anyway, nobody cares, but even one media institution bothered to investigate the case, or at least to share the story, after my own investigation on the subject. Or take me personally. See this article? Journal Corporation again. It blames me for various atrocities against my neighbors, including displaying my lingerie about the fencing. And now, take a look right here. This is the fencing, and this is my neighbor's lingerie, waving triumphantly above for more than 10 years. As simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. This is all I have to know about journalistic integrity and the beauty of the Republic of Moldova, an official EU candidate. Now, imagine me or my husband competing for one of the judges' positions. Would we have any chance at all, given the impeccable reputation condition? Of course not. Our reputation is dead, due to our invented neighbors and corrupt journalists. Now, I honestly want to thank you on the behalf of the Moldovan people for accepting this extremely important challenge for the Republic of Moldova. We all have high expectations for this exercise and wait for significant changes in the judiciary, but our intention is to have a justice system that works for us, not for them. So be careful and please don't let yourselves being manipulated. We do have prominent figures in the justice system, and I'm confident you do have the capabilities and the experience to identify them. And, by the way, let me give you one last tip. If you want a 100% honest and correct opinion of each judge in the country, just ask lawyers. They know better than any journalist, and they are the most interested in effective judiciary and accurate decisions for their clients. Thank you for your attention and good luck!